All right. Hello. Good morning. So we did the release yesterday of the release, published the release candidate, told all our users about it. So today I think I'm rather gonna be responding to feedback. We already got some feedback, and there's some planning going on today. And I should really just go through the documentation and also document the code, and that's kind of boring, right? So I thought, since it's the national holiday in Norway tomorrow, I won't be able to stream, that we do a little stream now looking at this state management thing we've been working on using the devtool. And let's see, by the way, Windsurf got their own models now, which I want to test. Anyways, so let's see if we can get this app running. So that would be yarn dev, I guess. 5173. So this is our family app, and it's running on this state management tool that we've been calling Mobx-Lite, but we asked someone, or we did some research, or Adam did some research, and without any of his own influences, of course, he collected data that the name wasn't that great. And we bounced around a few ideas, and then we saw there's some packages that is very old React packages. So we asked the person that has ReactX, and he is going to give it to us. So that's awesome. But what we need to do is, let's see, we're not going to look at this. Like now I don't have this weird icon up here. I wonder what that weird icon is. Where you have like the mobile phone thingy up in the corner. It's super weird. Where were we? No, this is picture. We're not gonna look at picture. Oh, it kind of reopened everything, I guess. Docs, let's put that down. Sorry, I just restarted Windsurf. CodeSandbox SDK. Orman DevTools client. This one we need to play with. Or do we? I think I can just run the... Yeah, let's try doing that instead. Let's see. There we have Bonsify. Git pull. Yarn build. Let's see. And then let's... and what's this? Okay, this is family scrum. This is Bonsify. Maybe we can use Overmind DevTools here. It's my 90s playlist today. I wish I could. It's so sad you can't like just share background music on YouTube. Well, maybe it's fine so people can play their own music, but let's see, how was this? Oh, maybe we don't actually have the latest version here. Okay, sorry. Let's rather open it. Wait, where did the Ormind DevTools go? Overmind. Oh, weird. I don't think I have anything here. No, because we're not really doing anything. I just want to npm start, I guess, was the thing. And then we're going to have, let's see how we're going to do this. So let's first add right split localhost. Let's see. And then, let's see here. Okay, there we go. And then we can do, well, we need to Sorry. So this is the project. And what are we using here? Package. We're using Mobx-Lite, right? But if I now yarn link Mobx-Lite instead, and then we yarn dev this. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. We're just getting data immediately. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is pretty cool. Oh, and I didn't do anything here, which is very interesting. Weak state, weak to-dos query. That's pretty awesome. Actions. Filter to-dos with, oh, interesting. Yeah, filter to-dos with checklist. Yeah, that one's interesting. Because now we're calling that during render time. So this is what we're evaluating. It's like, okay, how does the DevTools actually look like in an actual app? And this one is like, we're calling an action during render, which doesn't really reflect an action, which is interesting. Yeah, so that's a bit weird. No, I don't like this song. But yeah, that could rather have been like a function for, yeah, where you kind of pass in the morning, Adam. Did you see this? I just fired up the app. Yeah, it's really a derived, but I think I'm passing in local filter. So there's local state, and I pass that in as an argument. So you could argue that's like, it's just a utility function as well. Because if it's going to be a derived, it needs to find the filter state inside the thingy. But yeah, we're gonna explore this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Where are we gonna? I was blown away by this. What are we gonna start with? So I wanna kind of go a little bit back to the basics here. I think let's put it underneath instead, and let's just do application storage clear site data. Yeah. Okay. So we are. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so this is a bug. This shouldn't be authenticating. This should be an authenticated state. Okay, let's just start there and then take it piece by piece. So I kind of want, the plan is I want this dev tool to look, to kind of run with this app and make sense. And that kind of motivates us to review the actual dev tools and kind of fix some things, because it's missing a lot of stuff. Like the actions aren't showing the arguments passed to it for some reason. And the nested actions kind of looks shitty, and so on and so on. So we're going to fix a few things. Let's see here. Session state. So it's actually supposed to be unauthenticated. And I think the reason is, let's see, let's bring up everything here. So in our proxy, not vdemo. Okay, so we have this auto run thing. So what happens here is that on the first update, we're gonna go and we're gonna set this state. So what I think we need to do here, we shouldn't really do this. We should just keep the previous value. Let's just do, oh, sorry, that's prev value. Let's see. Oh, sorry. No, this should be val. Blah, 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 blah. At the end here, we're going to say prev value equals value. And then we're rather going to do, we're going to change this. Instead of is first update, we're rather just going to say if prev value equals value, then we're not going to do anything. Like if it's the same reference, there's going to be other updates that's going to update that thing. Oh, implicitly. Any. I'm not sure if 90s was the right choice today. No, it was definitely not the right choice today. Let's do some acoustic hits. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to do that instead. Yeah. So now it shows unauthenticated. Let's see if this actually works, but this is pretty cool. Do we have history? Yeah, and for some reason we don't have any history here. I'm not sure why not. Does it have an error? No. Let's see. So there just isn't any history there. What is that history thing looking at? Får du tatt med deg tinga ut, eller? Jeg holdt på å streame. Får du tatt med deg tinga ut? So my mother is visiting. She's like, she doesn't understand anything. She doesn't hear anything. She doesn't. Let's see. Components, history. What is this thing actually looking at? History record. State history. Yeah, she knows. Yeah. Well, yeah, she knows English. And she doesn't. She just has bad hearing, like old people. Yeah, that old people have, and she doesn't like. And she's in this place where she doesn't kind of admit it, but you notice it so well during conversations. Like she's answering like other, like she doesn't. Yeah. Oh, my brain isn't working today. But you know, when you have a conversation with old people and they seem to have their own conversation, that's kind of how she is at times. And it's not because she has like, thank God, dementia. It's just that she doesn't hear that well. So she just makes assumptions about what people are saying. Exactly. No, I'm not gonna spell anything more. I've learned my lesson. Let's see. So we have history here. So I would assume when we make a mutation that that this is being added to the history. Where is history? There's no history here. What? There's nothing about history. Wait. Ooh. There has to be something about history here. History record. Wait. This doesn't make much sense. I'm history record. Oh, this has to be. Oh, history is a derived. Message type, and it's just grabbing the messages. And current app.messages, where does that come from? Can I see where you are being used? Go to references. And this is just every time we... No. Where's messages being set? I would imagine that being get add client message. Yeah. Message app name messages. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not passing the app name. Yeah, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Let's see. Yeah, so the app name is kind of like how the Overmind DevTools namespaces messages, because you can have multiple apps running at the same time. So I think that's the reason. So for all this, we have to, well, let's use ReactX now. Like you should really have, oh, didn't I? Wait. Where's this message coming from? Oh, type. Oh, sorry. That will be here then. Yeah. Okay, let's just try this. App name. App name. Yes, I'm happy with that. What happened there? Cool. Uh-huh. Oh, what's happening here? There's the bug. You see this? I can't like, when I tab, it doesn't, is there a new, what? Okay, there's some bugs in this. That sucks. Oh, come on. That's super annoying. Ah, that's too bad, Windsurf. I was excited about this update, and then you have this bug. It's completely breaking my flow. Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff here. Is there more? No, I think that's it. But we also, no, that's not it. Devtool.send. Devtool.send. Oh, we have even more stuff. Devtool connect init data. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now we have an app name for everything. So let's try again. Why does it say ML there? Why does it say ML? Oh, maybe we should rather pass it. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. This is where it is. Sorry. Okay. For fuck's sake. Oh, we shouldn't put it here. This should just be part of the... Oh, sorry. Part of the payload to the dev tool. Yeah, this.name. Sorry. And then we have... If... Old message. Yeah, app name. Wait. But doesn't that mean we're passing? Oh, this.name. Okay, sorry. But I don't understand. Like, we shouldn't have to pass the name every time. That should be part of the payload. Oh yeah, look at that. This.name. But it's still weird. It's still very weird. Okay, let's just debug a little bit. Oh, what happened here? Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, maybe there aren't. Oh, what did I do? I put it into mobile mode. Yeah, maybe there aren't any. Well, there are mutations, but those mutations aren't like actual actions. So if I sign in, do we have some history? Okay, interesting. Okay, so we do have authenticating. State sign in. Oh yeah, okay, so this is interesting. Now we're kind of seeing some of the challenges. So what happens here is that it's not an action that keeps this up to date. This is an internal thing. So it updates it correctly here because we're just like, we accessed the state property and we started observing that. And then we did click state sign in, which kind of runs the sign in. Yeah, sorry. But what happens is that there's a listener under the hood, which is going to update this state, which is not part of the action of signing in. It's just a listener that's behind the scenes. So that keeps the state up to date, but there aren't any actions involved in that. So that's why I'm confused. And that's why we're not seeing the mutations. It's because we're just updating the state. We're not like saying that, yeah, I guess that's what you said, Adam. It's not an actual mutation from an action. It's just the state updating. So this is the thing that I was kind of most, I'm not sure if I'm worried, but I'm most curious about. It's like, what does that mean for the developer experience? That the only thing yeah, the only thing you kind of see is what's being done through actions, not behind the scenes. But that doesn't mean that we can't change that. For example, the history could show pure state updates. It's just that it's not bound to an action. So it could also show the other ones here. Like this one is bound to an action. That's why like this happens when you actually click sign in, which is why it's shown here. And it actually has information about which action was responsible for this. So you could like have state changes that are related to an action, but you can also have like, I don't know what you want to call it, but like just pure state changes that's unrelated to an action. So that would definitely make that kind of fix that issue, I think. And then this thing is more like, yeah, it's interesting, this one. Like what you could do is even the dev tools could just filter out actions that doesn't do anything. Like there's no mutations here. It's just yeah, a utility or deriving some state. So even though it's tracked as an action, if it doesn't make any mutations, we don't really have to send it. Yeah. Or maybe we just send it and then in the dev tools, we just filter it out if it doesn't have any mutations. Because it doesn't, like if it's empty, it hasn't done anything. So there's no reason to show it. Okay. So that's some thoughts on that one. But then what's actually happening here? We can see the family here. Ragnemor. That's my partner's name. Her name is it's a weird. It's even weird for Norwegians. It's like Ragne, and mor means yeah. It's kind of a thing Norwegians do. We put like mother at the end of. I guess it's like yeah. I don't know if there's like a similar English version of that. We kind of take the name and then we put mother behind it, and it's kind of a cute thing to do. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we have groceries, which has the query, but it's not accessing anything on the query, which I guess is not true. Or is it true? Are we actually accessing any? Let's see. Okay, are we actually accessing anything on these things? Yeah. So the two things we talked about. Let's see. We're gonna put this in a. Where are we? Where's the dev tools? We're gonna have ourselves a little to do MD. So we are gonna put state updates unrelated to actions part of history. The tricky thing we need to figure out is that when we track a mutation, yeah, do not, yeah, so this is interesting. Do not mutate. So what I think needs to change with the dev tool is that currently the mutation does like the mutation message does an actual mutation on the state tree inside the dev tools. But I'm not sure if we should do that. We should rather pass an additional message of a state update. So you just say this is a mutation, and then you also send the actual state update to the state tree in the dev tools. Because that means that you don't rely on the mutation tracking to actually keep the state up to date in the dev tools. The thing that's a little bit yeah, or maybe we oh, wait a minute. Maybe we should change it. Oh, you know what? Maybe we're doing it the wrong way. Oh, you know, are we doing it the wrong way? Yeah, I think maybe we're doing it the wrong. So I was thinking maybe these mutations, like the auto observer, it shouldn't just send a state message. It should send a mutation message. But at that point, we don't really have information about the action. But we could set current action. How would we do that? because then it would be tracked correctly. But a mutation needs to be tied to an action. No, that wouldn't work. No, I think it's cleaner. It's easier to think about. No, now I'm gonna communicate that I did a mutation. This is the action. This is the thing. But then there's a different message that actually keeps the. So the problem is that we're sending more data to the DevTools than actually needed, because the mutation holds all the information it needs to actually make the state update inside on the state tree inside the DevTool. So that kind of sucks. But the problem now is that we're doing both. So in the history, you would see two things happening. You would see like the mutation, and then you would see a second entry, which is just a general auto observer state change. So that's not good. How? Yeah. So the thing I'm wondering, the thing that's I'm unsure about is that, like, we are tracking mutations in the action proxy. So we could, before a mutation, we could say this is the active action. And then when the auto run runs, it will just look at the current action, and then it will tie the mutation to that action. And if there is no, oh, sorry, if there's an active action, it won't update. It won't send that additional message. Yeah, I think that's how we need to do it. And that's something we could do already. We can try that. Okay, let's try that first. So what did I just say? We're not going to run the state update if we have a running action, or if the action proxy is the thing responsible for making a state change. That's what I'm saying. And then, yeah. Then we shouldn't get duplicate messages. Okay, let's put that on the to-do instead. Do not send general state updates when active action proxy. When action proxy performs mutation. And I think this is synchronous. I'm pretty sure. So when the action proxy sees that, oh, we're setting some state, I'm sending a mutation message. I think when we actually set that state, the auto observer will trigger, and that's where we do the check. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Okay. So that's how to deal with that, hopefully. And then, let's see. We were going to look at dashboard. Oh, sorry, app. Dashboard. Isn't this actually looking at... Yeah, so it is actually looking at the value. So why don't we see that? Why don't we see that you're looking... Oh, I think I know why. It's because it's undefined. Maybe? No, that doesn't make any sense. Why don't we see groceries query? Dot value. Thinking. Let's see, query, because query is now an actual class. Yeah, and by the way, this is how I am hiding stuff from the dev tools. So these are like first class concepts. So they are like tuned to be play nice with the dev tools. And what it basically means to play nice with the dev tools is that I'm using a symbol for things I consider private. So that means that whenever I access this, it won't be like tracked by the dev tools, which I think is a perfectly reasonable way to do it. But I do have this thing, get value, and this should be tracked. And it's definitely tracking the query. So why isn't it tracking? But isn't that the derived? Yeah, I'm curious about that. It doesn't seem to track any derived. Okay, how are we gonna tackle this? Yeah, exactly. I think so too. Maybe I did something bad. Yeah, exactly. There is a derived tag. You know what? Let's just look at the messages coming in, see if we can find it. Let's start there. Oh. Let's see. So that will be actions, get message. Okay, let's just do console.log value. Like we're gonna do this little trick. State. So it could be as simple as something being overridden. That's too. Let's just do a JSON stringify on it. Oh, what happened? Okay, fine. Let's see if we can find it. Oh my god. Oh, that's a lot of data. Okay, so we're init class authenticated ReactX family scrum path. This is the family value, the user value. Oh, look at this. We're getting state, family scrum, groceries query, and value. So we're definitely getting it. Yeah, and it's saying derived even. So let's see. I have a feeling something is overriding it. Is the path correct? State, family scrum, groceries query, value. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. It's kind of hard to reason about that it's getting... Oh, look at this. Here we have it. Yeah, it's overriding it with query. Okay, so how could that happen? Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. Where's our little proxy? Or maybe I know why. Auto run. So we have this prev value. Wait a minute. Oh, we're sending 2 messages even. Why are we doing that? That's weird. Oh, not value. It should be val. There we go. Let's see now. Groceries query. Oh, for fuck's sake. So the thing is that it sends an update on. How is that possible? It's almost like it's assigning the query twice, but that's not true. Let's see again. So again, blah, 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 filtered action and to-dos with checklists, grocery state, groceries query. So it's setting the groceries query first. That's good. And then setting to-do state. And then it's going in, setting the value of to-dos. And then it's setting to-dos query again. But I don't understand how that's possible. Because I'm checking if it's the same value, and it definitely is the same value. Like it's the same instance. I'm very confused by that. Okay, and then it sets the value. And then it sets the value again. Oh, sorry, this is the to-dos query, sorry. Yeah. And then it sets everything. Yeah. And then action end. To-dos with checklist. That's fine. Yeah, and it's not even showing to-dos with checklist. Family scrum state, family scrum to-dos with checklist. That's not even there. Yeah, there's something wrong with my oh, but this is even weirder. State family scrum. Why isn't because this is the last message. State family scrum to-dos with checklist. That is weird. So that feels like almost like it's not even, it's just not displayed or something. Thinking. Because it should definitely be there. Hello, good morning. Let's see. Okay, so how does it actually evaluate derived? So we have actions. So when we get a derived, it just puts that derived target key. Yeah, it actually puts it into the state. Okay, so we're gonna look at derived here. Console.log setting derived target message data dot value. And then let's where do we for fuck's sake. Actions get message. Let's drop all these things. Oh, that's why. Setting derived undefined. Okay, that's the issue. But why is it undefined? update derived. So message.data dot path. Actual path. Oh yeah. That's fine. Okay. Let's look at that. Setting derived. State family scrum. State family scrum to-dos. And then to-dos with checklist. Why doesn't it set it? That's weird. Okay, I guess we have to look at the state as well. App state. We don't need the value. App state. I guess we need to look at it at that point in time. So let's do that. Okay, so we have a groceries query. So it's looking at if it's a class value. Why do we ask? Oh yeah, I see. I think Frontend Masters has a course on frontendmasters.com. I think they have a guide or a course on React Native. But basically, find a course on it. Like you have to pay for it, but that's like a really good investment. Yeah, like Frontend Masters is amazing. Like it's like going to school. It's really, they've been around for many years. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just sitting here. So it seems that it's not able to kind of go through the paths and find the target for some reason. So let's do path key. This is really weird. So this is the path, state family scrum groceries query. And it points into state. It sees that it's a, let's reason about this. It sees that it's a class. It takes that key, which is state, and it returns the value. And then it does the same thing. It goes to the next key, which is family scrum. It looks at family scrum, it's a class. It returns the value. Oh! Wait. This is the problem, of course. To-dos isn't there. How can that be? Ooh, this is interesting. So it seems to me that the derived listener is triggered before. Yeah, because it's building up the state tree, right? And then, no, I find this to be very weird. Why is this state tree not bigger? Because everything's lazy here, so we're not like, the only reason this triggers is because we're actually looking at grocery query value from React. Right? Let's see how we set the derived. So, or does this computed run immediately? Does this immediately run? No, it shouldn't run until we actually access it. Right? Does this have options? Yeah. Get name set. No, this is lazy. So what I don't understand is, how can you access this and the rest of the state tree not being populated yet? Thinking. I don't get it. I really don't get it. How is that possible? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do a quick check. Is Mobx computed function lazy? Computed. So there can be, what the fuck? So there can be other reasons for this. It could be that we're not, like, maybe the to-dos are being set again by the auto run. And then at creation time, not only. Thinking, how are we gonna test this? Okay, we're gonna add something more. This is like, it's really hard to debug larger applications. But let's see, console.log state message.path. Oh, data.path. So we're just gonna look. By. Yeah, auto runs immediately. Let's see. So I have a feeling maybe something's being set. So it's okay. Look at this. This is interesting. So it is indeed setting the derived. How is that possible? Well, I can only imagine. That's so weird. And then it sets groceries query and to-dos. Wait. So I want to do one more thing. I want to make sure that we actually don't do this here. We're gonna, where's the ride? We're gonna actually do this inside here, inside the dev tool. So let's just sending. Well, I guess we don't need that even. We can say payload. Oh, message. Oh, this is already stringified. Oh, send. There we go. Because this, I was wondering if this. Type to uppercase. And then let's do a message data dot path, I guess. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Can I build with that error? Probably not. Just ignore. Let's see. So it's sending state current family scrum. Yeah, you see that? It's like sending that thing. Yeah, so it seems to be running. It seems to be. It's so weird. Oh, but maybe we should rather do. Maybe we should rather put it here on the getter. But I find it to be very, very weird. Because if that means that this is actually running immediately when we define it here. Okay, we can do one more thing. Creating computed. Done creating computed. If it sends a derived message between that, then that's definitely what's going on. Oh, you know what? It could be what it can be. Okay, I didn't think about this. So there's another way to access values, which is not like directly. It's just by the fact that we are. Yeah, you know what I think it is? It's because we're sending the. Yeah. I think so. So the idea is that when you do JSON stringify on something, it actually accesses all the values. So I have a feeling that we are trying to send data. For example, yeah. So there's just some implicit access to the property that's happening. And it could be the dev tools itself. That's like, but we did do auto run. So on auto run here. Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, I think I know what the reason is. So what happens is that this should actually check. We remove that, right? We remove the check for is class, and we still need that is custom class. Then we're gonna send an empty object. Or what's happening is we're sending the class to the DevTools. It stringifies the class, which accesses all the properties. That's what's happening. But for custom class instances, we don't want to send the actual value. We just want to send the object because we're going to populate that object based on actual access from React. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're not even sending. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now I see what's happening. Ah, okay. We need to... Oh, wait a minute. No, wait, this is wrong. Sorry. No, we should send val here. Sorry, but... Oh, you know what? I think maybe I'm missing a commit there. Let's see. Let me... That would be silly. Over mine. Oh, that's weird. But this should be... If it's a class, we should return an empty object. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's actually it. Oh, now it's not showing anything. What the fuck? What did we do? But I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Wait, what did we... Just because I changed that one? Oh. Because here we're making sure that we're just sending an empty object. But I have a feeling it's being accessed again. What is this? This class. Return. Okay, I guess that's fine. Yeah, no, I think we're... now I'm confused. Now I am confused. There's something accessing that thing. Oh, you know what we can do? I have a trick. Derived. We can actually throw new arrow here, and then we can see exactly what is accessing it. Oh. What? It's not even the getter that's causing it. I'm even more confused. What the hell is causing that thing to run? Oh, come on. Okay, so now we're there. What actually... Oh, it is the dashboard. Oh, oh, for fuck's sake. Look at this. Ah, that's why it's not working. We are actually running the computer on the next slide. That's embarrassing. Yeah, exactly. We're actually calling it here. We shouldn't call it here. What should we do there? Because we're... Yeah, what the fuck should we return there? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. So we are... Oh, it's mind-bending. Yeah, it is being called. But the reason it's being called is because we're trying to access it. So this is actually correct. This is actually correct. So we're accessing this through React now. I'm kind of thinking about this as running without React, but we have to get into the mindset that the only way this stuff can run is because React is trying to access it. So it is accessing groceries query, and then it is accessing the computed. Now the thing that's weird is wait, where did the oh I'm thinking auto run. So what could be happening here? Oh, is it this that's lazy? No, that doesn't have any. Oh, sorry. Scheduler. No, this runs immediately. I know it runs immediately. The weird thing is that this is too mind-bending. So it's accessing state, family scrum, groceries query, value. That's what it's accessing. And what I think happens is that it, like, that's what I don't understand. We're getting, so we're here in the proxy, we're getting the property, and then let's say we're at queries, at query, right? It's down here, it gets the query, it creates an observable for it, it creates a proxy. Oh, okay, I think maybe I know what's happening. I think, could it be? Could it be when we have a query class instance here and we're doing box on it, it's going in and making it observable? This is too mind-bending for me. What's actually happening here? So it triggers the derived before. I just need more data. Accessing path. Because it needs to access family scrum, family user, state family user, accessing path groceries. Okay, so this is the interesting part. It's accessing groceries, it's accessing groceries query, and then it's accessing the value. But it's not firing any state updates for this. Why isn't it doing that? Is it hitting this for some reason? Skipping update. So Box handles primitives as well, like numbers and stuff. So Box is kind of the generic. So there's no skipping of the path. This is so interesting. Why isn't this running? Like, cause it can't continue accessing until we return the value. That's the thing I don't understand. Like, it can't go in and access this thing unless we return the value. That's when it continues accessing. But it could be, the thing I'm thinking about is, it could be that when we go and maybe something is happening here, like when we're getting the value. Maybe it's like, no, that can't be. But this was working, so I'm very curious. Okay, let's just log more. Creating proxy. Running auto run. So this should be like a very clear step-by-step for each path access. They should create the proxy running. Yeah, let's do this. Oops. So accessing path. Okay, we see it already here. It doesn't run the auto run. This is the problem. It needs to run the auto run before it accesses the next key. But how is that possible? That means that auto run. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change this. So the point is that this getter, this only runs this only runs once, because it's gonna start using its because we're replacing it with this getter. So I think we should just do, okay. Let's do let here. Let's see. Then we're gonna call this new value. Then we're gonna return that. Okay. And then what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna send this immediately. That's what we're gonna do. So this auto run, I don't trust it. I don't think it doesn't run when I think it should run. So I'm gonna send a message immediately. And then since we now have this protection that if the value doesn't change, we're not gonna do anything. So I think that might fix it. That certainly didn't fix it. Now we're not seeing anything. What the fuck is going on here? Let me just remove some stuff. Because what is it sending now? What the fuck? Oh wait, was it just no? It's complete. Oh, to JSON current. Wait, I'm very confused. Why is it accessing? Oh, sorry. We're passing the proxy now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's see. Boxed value. We have to clean this up. Boxed value. Boxed value. Why are you complaining? Redeclare? Where? Oh, I already have it. But that's like the, oh, for fuck's sake. Initial value. There's many values here. Initial value, and then we're going to do initial value. Yeah, wait a minute. We're going to change this. So this is going to be let value, and this is going to be proxy value. And this is going to be value. Sorry. And this is going to be proxy value. That's what we're returning. Box value squared. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Okay, but we still don't have the thing. Okay, but now it's setting. Okay, but this is good. So now it's actually setting state, family scrum, groceries, query first. And then it goes in and it derives the value. This is correct. This is how it should run. Is it doing anything with groceries? No, it's just deriving that thing again, which is correct. Okay, but now we're actually doing the right thing here. So now the question is why? Yeah, we can keep this. Or maybe now we can flip it around. Let's flip it around. Console. I think someone tried to talk to me. Cool. Didn't I? Oh, this is where we were doing it, was it? Yeah. Okay, but let's keep this, and then let's jump back into our setting derived, and then we need to look at what's happening. Let's see. Refresh that. Refresh this. Let's scroll up. So we're trying to set the derived for the groceries query now. But it still says undefined. But now we have groceries and we have groceries query. But it still says undefined. And why does it say undefined? Because now we have state, family scrum, groceries query. We have state, family scrum, family scrum, that's the value, groceries, and groceries query. And it says undefined. Why does it say undefined? That doesn't make any sense. We have that path. How can it be undefined? Again, state family scrum groceries query. State family scrum. That's family user groceries query. Oh, for fuck's sake. So we're reducing over the path on the app state. And if we have something and it's a class, we're going to go and grab, wait, path key? Wait, this is weird. Why do we have path key? Oh, could it be like the first? So, sorry. So if we have state. No, so the first thing it does is that it has that, but it's not this thing. So then we go and we see that we have the object with state, and that's the path key. And then it returns that. And now we're on family scrum. Oh, you know what? I think this is wrong. I think it should be. Like it should rather be this. So if the thing we're trying to access is a class, then we want to return the value of that class. Yeah, this is weird to me. Like, I don't understand this logic. It doesn't make any sense. Who wrote this? Who wrote this piece of shit? Like, what we want to do is like, on the state object we're on now, I'm trying to access a key. And if the key I'm trying to access... No, I think... No, it should still work. No, sorry. So, the fuck? So I am on the root object. It's a normal object. So it doesn't have a class property. So it goes down here. It accesses root object.state. And then it has this object, the state object, which is a class. And it tries to access family scrum, right? So it's on that state object now. It is a class. But this doesn't make any sense. Like this makes absolutely no sense. How could this ever work? I'm on the state object. I'm trying to access family scrum. But that means it's on the value I have to access it. Like, why do I even make this check? This makes absolutely no sense. So if it's a class, I have to go to the value of that class. Why do I even check this. And this should be like, sorry, like this should be like this. Yeah, and we don't really need this. Like we can just do value. This is how it should look. This is so weird. There we go. That was so weird. Oh, what's all of this? Oh, I'm actually sending the whole image to. Yeah. There's some optimizations we can do with that. But that's definitely a bug in the dev tools. That's so weird. I don't understand how that could have ever worked. Maybe it's just because it's probably because we do it at the root level. Like we only just derived at the root level. So it hasn't really worked for nested states. That's very interesting. That's very likely the case. But we actually need to keep track of these fixes. Okay, but I think we're just gonna run with it here, and then we're gonna merge these changes into a different PR later. Yeah. Okay, cool, but we figured it out. By the way, when's my first session? Oh, it's not until 12. Yeah, we have another hour unless something important pops up. Cool. But then we have it. And then we have to-dos with checklist. We have all the things. Great. Cool. This is awesome. What else do we have? Okay, but this is actually what I'm accessing. So this is fine. And then we talked about, let's see, we had the to-do thing. No, we fixed that. Oh, no. So we need to do this as well. So let's see if we can fix that. Do not send general state updates when action proxy. What did we say there? Yeah, like we wanted to show in the history the actual mutations. And also the mutations, like that. Sorry, we want to show in the history the actual state updates. No, but that doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what to do about that, because it is kind of confusing that you're firing this thing up and then there isn't like any history or anything that shows you how it got into this state. Well, I guess in this case it actually started out inauthenticated. Yeah. But if I was unauthenticated, there was some state changes happening there that's not being shown here because it's not a strict mutation from an action. Yeah, but I think we need a new concept. I think we need so a mutation currently is hooked into, we need a new message type, because now we have a mutation that is part of an action. So it's kind of like an action mutation. Or maybe we just don't have to. So when we send the mutation, Mutations. So when we send these mutations, we're passing in like an execution ID, an operator ID, and action ID. So we could drop sending those and just send mutations. And then we would just store the message. Yeah, we could do that. And we just store the message. We don't actually handle it in add mutations. We kind of ignore it. But then it's still listed. And since it doesn't have an action ID, execution ID, or operator ID, yeah, it should really be like execution. And then, yeah, we could fix that as well. Yeah, let's put that in the to-do. So put state, yeah, so let's just change this to allow sending mutations without execution context, which should be shown in history. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should just fix that right away. Unless we want to, yeah, let's just try navigating into something. Yeah, awake is supposed to be a class, which is why it looks like this. That's fine. Yeah, so now we see add grocery mutation. We access that. Groceries query is still the same. What happens if I add something here now? Test. Look at that. We got it in there. And the actions. Oh, pretty long. Oh, that's interesting. I thought we had, oh yeah, we have ellipses, but those should be on the front, not the back, I think. Oh, but it doesn't show anything. That's interesting. Yeah, groceries, subscribe changes. Interesting. Yeah, this one should have shown something, I think. Well, how do I actually implement that? Mutation. Oh yeah, because we have, that's behind private. Yeah, I think maybe the state is something we want to... It's a tricky one. Maybe we want to show the state. Mutate. Wait, where are all the getters? Oh, did I forget them? Oh, I think that's the problem. Oh. Wait, don't I have... I think I forgot it. Yeah. Oops. So we should have get error, return this private state error. What else do we have? Is pending, value, and pending params, please. Thank you. So let's try that again. Oh, it didn't actually add it. That's weird. Oh, it doesn't, Family scrum, groceries. Yeah, because I'm looking at pending params. So it's showing that. That's good. But it doesn't show in the action that it changes it. Why doesn't it do that? Oh yeah, because it's private. Yeah, this is like how would you want these kinds of abstractions to be exposed in the DevTools? So running mutate changes this internal state. But if I move the state and just make it private, then that state is going to pop up in the DevTools. Which is weird. I think. Oh, or maybe. Yeah, maybe not weird. Maybe the state should be. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, wait a minute. No, they should just be accessed. And then whenever we change. Yeah, sorry. So, of course. So we shouldn't have state here. We should just have the state on the thing. So nothing like that. So that's equal null, equal false. Oh yeah, I know why now. It's because, yeah, the problem is the class, like it's the typing. That's what the challenge is. So if I put the properties here, we won't get that like, we won't get that proper typing, but maybe we can fix that. Let's try it. Okay, so this is not the correct. Oh. So this is the actual thing. So error can be null. Error or null is pending, can of course be Boolean. Oh yeah, look at you. Yeah, but now there's a problem with, so we just assign this. That's cool. Yeah, as I said, the problem is the typing. So what might be possible to do though, to make that thing happen is, oops, we can at least try it. Was there more? Yeah. Is that we can do mutation and state TP. I think maybe we need to do omit, not subscribe, but our value is pending and pending params. Yeah, and I think we just need to say as like that. So when I do test equals mutation like that, I want to be able to do if test is pending, then test is going to have, oh, private should be private. By the way. Let's see, I forgot that as well. Let's see. So test should now be is pending true, pending params. Yeah, right? So now we have pending params and the value has to be null. And if we have value, r is null, is pending needs to be false. Like it's actually false. So now we have the correct typing for this. Okay, this is how I think we should do it. So now, if I do yarn build, Let's see what it looks like now. Family scrum, grocery state, mutation. Yeah, pending params is null. And if I do test, yeah, you see we've accessed more stuff. And that's fine. And you also see, yeah, we have to fix this. But you see that it, yeah, not sure what's actually happening here. But it is, it's async, right? So it does this first, and then for some reason it errors. Not sure why it errors. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but that's how it should be. And then in the history, we'll also see that it went through these mutations. That's great. Yeah, I wonder what we're gonna do with the long namespaces. Okay, let's see. We are gonna fix the query as well to do the same thing. Let's see. So we're not gonna have state here. Oh, I remembered private here. Huh. So we're rather gonna put oh yeah, let's just do state, query state. Oh, sorry. Oh. Let's see. Equals. And this is gonna be error or null. This is gonna be something like that. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna set this this dot promise. Why are you complaining? Duplicate identifier? Oh, and it's the getters. Oh, fuck, they need to be getters. Ah! Yeah, so this one's a bit weird because we don't want these to be, this is an issue because we don't want these to be derived. We want these to be actual getters. Oh, this is interesting. I'm not sure how to solve this because whenever you access these, we want to execute the query. But we want to set them as I'm not in the mood to reflect on this now. Yeah. So I think we need to have the ability to, like, because it depends on the object descriptor, how it changes it into a computed. And we can make these getters like non-configurable, which means that it won't make it into a computed. And then they stay as just They'll act as values, basically. And they also need a setter. But then that needs to be wrapped around an actual value. Yeah, but that can be internal. Yeah, no, this is weird. How would we ever do that? How would we do this? So it needs to be a getter, but we don't want it to be a derived thing. Or do we want it to be derived? Maybe that's fine. But then we don't see the actual state changes if it's derived. Unless we actually expose it. But then we also, if we expose it, we'll have like derived and we'll also see the state in the devtools, which is also weird. So you kind of want to expose it as what's actually happening. But I wonder if like a boxed value, if you have a setter and a getter for a property, does that act as just a plain value? Or a plain, like a normal property? So so if I box that value, no, yeah. No, I think that works. Like we can have a getter and a setter for it. And then we do have that internal state. But since we have a getter and a setter, yeah, we're kind of yeah, I think that works. So when we do object assign, we actually assign it to, yeah, let's try that. I want to try this. Let's see. Let's remove all of this. Boop, 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 boop. So we have everything here, but we're rather going to do set error. And then new value. And then we're going to do this. And I think this is going to act as a normal property. And if not, we're going to make it. Cool. And then we're not going to assign that thing. We're actually going to assign this because we have setters for all of them. Do we have more of them? Oh, that's not good. Was that all? Oh, that's the old one. Wait, didn't I did implement everything. Is this everything? What about everything else? Wait. Fetch. Oh, that's probably, wait. No, here we are. That's fetch. Where does it actually set the error? I am very confused by this. Is revalidate. Did we even add that? Is revalidating? Is revalidating. Did we put a getter and a setter for? Yeah, we did. So when we fetch, we're changing the state. If we revalidate, we're executing the query. Oh, there we do it. This is revalidating equals true. Oh, here we have the errors. Like I couldn't find it. That's weird. Okay, cool. Now I'm happy. I think. No, you can't change the getter and the setter. You should know that. Okay, let's try this. I wonder if this works out of the box. Oh, what did we do? Oh, sorry. Family Scrum. Oh, we have to go back to the groceries query. Oh, it says the value is derived. Okay, so we have to change how we... maybe we can do that in the proxy. So derived, we're creating a derived get own property descriptor. Let's do descriptor and no descriptor.set. And let's just do if descriptor and descriptor. So descriptor.get. Cool. So now we're only doing this. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, now we have value. That's fine. Yeah, we don't really have any function to go and like update this. But yeah, no, this makes more sense. Okay, cool. I'm happy about this. So I have to drop off, but I guess on Sunday I'll be able to do another stream on this. And what I think we should do then is start fixing the dev tools. So we're going to change how messages are passed in. We're going to fix the thingy with history so it actually lists other changes as well. We need to fix like the length of these like namespaces, everything. And then Henry is working on more like the configuration of the dev tools so that on the init message you can decide what's going to be shown here. But I think we can just work on this on a different branch and then we'll kind of merge the efforts. Yeah, and then we kind of have to figure out what we're going to do with the dev tool because we want this to work for both Overmind and ReactX. We have to give it a name. Yeah, but it's interesting because you might want to do something like, so what it could also be is that it just has like a very like internal name. Like some kind of very generic thing. And then what you do is that you're able to do npx ReactX, for example. And that starts the devtools. And it's just using this other repo under the hood as a dependency, or it just uses that thing as a dependency and just fires it up. So it kind of feels like yeah, maybe we could even have some flags or something that will kind of put a name in it or whatever. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, this is good. It's very cool. I feel very confident that this is gonna work. So that's nice. It's very cool how all this stuff works. And imagine there's like nothing in the code about this. It just derives it, which is really, really cool. Okay, that's it for now. I don't think there will be more streaming today, but I wish you a happy weekend. Hopefully we'll speak on Sunday. Okay, bye for now.